Hey guys, today in class we're going to be adding and subtracting mixed numbers but with different denominators. Let's have a look at these examples. Okay.
Let's proceed with the number 3.25 plus 2.16.
Again, despite the fact that it's a mixed number and it's a mixed number, what are we supposed to do with you? Since we have a plus sign between the fractional numbers, it's necessary to take a look at the denominators. We have different denominators, so we need to determine the least common denominator for the numbers 5 and 6. I ain't going to go into detail about how to find the least common denominator. You got to find a multiple for the number 5 and a multiple for the number 6. I will inform you immediately you are aware of how to accomplish it. The least common denominator will be the number 30. The only thing I'll point out one moment, why specifically the number 30? Because I have the capability to divide the number 30 by the number 5, and I can divide 30 by 6. So dividing 30 by 5 will give you 6, dividing 30 by 6 will give you 5. So 30 is divisible by both 5 and 6. Now let's bring it down to a common denominator. Therefore, given that we have mixed numbers, I proceed to add 2 to 3 to the whole part in order to obtain the final result. After that, I have to include an extra 1/6 into the current 2/5 to obtain the total sum accurately. Everything is going well at this place and there is no need for us to take any action. I add 2 to 3 and the sum is equal to 5. And in this case, we bring it down to a common denominator. You see, we have different denominators, so the common denominator will be 30. You can do it according to our plan, which implies that in order to write those 2/5, I need to bring them to a common denominator. So the 5 should be changed to the number 30. So in this case, I will possess the number 30. What do I need to do? 5 times 6 equals 30. Then I also multiply 2 by 6.
It turns out that the 12/30 is 2/5. I do the same thing with the 1/6 fraction, which means I need a denominator of 30 again. I multiply 5 by 6, and if I multiply by 5, I then multiply the numerator by 5 as well. The result is the 5/30. Well, then what can I do? 5 plus, let's write down 5 plus 12/30 plus 5/30 equal 17/30. Well, in this case, if I add a fraction to a number, I simply write it as 5 integers, 17/30.
Subtraction is executed in a similar manner. The only aspect I wish to highlight is this particular point that deserves attention. In this case, when we were finding a common denominator, we could have used the butterfly method. So 6x2 will be 12 and 5x1 will be 5 and 5x6 will be 30. You can select any way you desire. It will be 30. You have the freedom to choose any method. As a result, you'll get the right answer. At the next class, we'll continue solving these kinds of problems. And that's all for today. Goodbye, until we meet again.